we stay in Māori in every environment, like he goes to swimming, he goes to gym, he's got a rōpū tākaro, so a group of Māori-speaking kids as well that he can hang out with, even though he doesn't go to kohanga or anything yet.
Surrounding ourselves with other Māori-speaking people, the more people they associate with that speak English, the more likely they are to use English.
I think that any situation where people can speak te reo to each other, they should do that because it encourages other people to speak the language as well.
Make te reo an everyday habit, and when you learn a new word, find a fun way to revise it. And maybe a little song. Panei te poro, ka pai!
We've just got chooks, 6 chooks, and so we've got te kaukau. So every day we go and feed the te kaukau, whangainga te kaukau, and we go and get eggs. So there's a whole heap of language around that.
Doing the waiata and bathing the kids. We just do it all in Māori.
Oh, manu haia, koia kai a koe hine.
Moroko, moroko. Kairi, oma kia hoani. While these ones have to speak Māori all the time, as a family and to each other, it's very easy for us to fall back into English, particularly us three. So dinner times is kōrero Māori. That's the only reo you're allowed to speak there. Around bedtime, when we're reading books or trying to tell a story or whatever, is only Māori. Basically, anywhere we can, we'll kōrero Māori.
Just because there's not a lot of speakers down here, it was really good to get a TV and tune into Māori TV, because then that's another speaker at home, is the TV.
As the old saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child, so it's really important that you get the whole whānau involved to help you raise your te reo-speaking families.
You've got to have a bit of a plan with the rest of your family. Megan's mother, who spends a lot of time with Ripeka, has learned a bunch of vocabulary which she does put in to general conversation with Ripeka.
They've been really supportive, and the majority of them don't kōrero Māori, and that's been the surprising thing. That there's been a big buy-in with them as well. They've been prepared to not go and learn anywhere, but learn off us. They'll learn off the children. They'll make an effort to ask us what to say to them in te reo Māori rather than just making no effort in speaking English.
So, when it comes time for Ripeka to go down, Alison always uses moi, wa moi Ripeka, things like that.
Sometimes kids will just be taringa maro, deaf ears, and won't listen. What do you do when your kid can speak Māori but insists on speaking English?
I do get really anxious about her speaking English, and often I started a wee while ago, like she does see ya, because I say see ya on the phone and I say hi, so naturally she's not going to say kia ora and ka kite, and I've said to her ka kite, and she just turned around to me and goes see ya. Just got really angry with me, so there's not really a point in battling with them about language. It's just quietly repeating in Māori back to them, and just if they're stubborn like her, it'll just get worse and worse.
And that was a huge, big learning curve for all of us, is that he needs to understand why we're doing it as well. The kids need to understand so that they can, it is a responsibility on them and on us as a family, but at the end of the day it makes their acceptance of the language and speaking te reo Māori at home a lot easier if they understand why we're doing it.
Our oldest now, she's asking me to read books in English. Sorry, there's Māori with me, and so I expect that'll happen. That's why I don't speak English, because they'll just know Dad doesn't speak English to them.
You ask them a question, and if they respond in English, you don't respond to them until they respond in Māori again, so just keep asking again in Māori, and then they soon get it, yeah. Or just gentle reminders, kei hea tō reo e hoa, reo Māori mai, and they say, and they switch back into it.
It's a lot of hard work, but Generation Reo is a kaupapa that will benefit not only your family, but the next generations to come. And all your hard work will all be worth it at the end of the day. Kia kaha.
It's a lot of work. But the paybacks are amazing. I mean, even just hearing our 2-year-olds only just started speaking, and his first words were in Māori. I mean, that's such a buzz.
It's basically an English-speaking world, but you have to be totally committed, totally focused, and really passionate about the kaupapa to be able to uphold it day in, day out, 24/7.
That's what I do it for, that she knows her relationship to the world. She knows what it is to be Māori, and she can articulate that in Māori or in English, and that just meant that the hard work is worth it.
Hearing them kōrero, just there's nothing better than hearing Tamariki kōrero Māori. It's music to my ears.
Just knowing that these guys have that early advantage before they even go to school is pretty awesome for me.
Because we've been without the language for so long, we've lost so much, and people are struggling to take up positions like being able to karanga, like being able to whai kōrero, just all those things, and being able to understand manuscripts and etc, etc. And so I'd like to think that we've given our children the opportunity to take that path if they choose.
If we leave it to someone else, then it's not really our language being passed down to them, it's someone else's language.
I just think the language is a window to a whole different world of understanding and learning. So if you're on this journey of discovery about who you are or where you're from, then the language is going to help you get there.
We're never ever going to have the ultimate resource that just is handed to us and we plug it in and we become fluent speakers. It's something that we're going to have to work at, and we need to start now.
The most important thing is the commitment to do it, and the determination for when it gets hard to carry on doing it. I mean, it sounds a bit cheesy, I know, that you're doing it for your children. It sounds more cheesy when you say you're doing it for your tribe, you're doing it for the country. But the reality is that is that generational commitment for a generational goal. So everything's there. The only thing we're waiting on is for you to feel it in here and feel it strong enough to do something about it.
And get on the waka.
Get on the waka.
So there you have it, and hopefully you've already been inspired to start working towards bringing up your children with te reo at home. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Mō tātou, a mō kauri, a muri ake nei.